I had been in England for more than 2 months now. There were lots of things I missed about New York, decent pizza and pastrami, for example, but I was... Decent pizza? Hang on a second. London has some of the most overpriced pizzas you will ever see, but they are good. Don't go saying we don't have good pizza. I'll be on you. But I was also getting pretty comfortable in my new environment. I was definitely seeing new things and meeting new people, but I hadn't at this point achieved the goal that Nene and Jinsu were so eager me to. I wasn't officially dating anyone. Did I want to be? Oh boy, I can pursue Peggy or Danny if I wanted to. You know what, it is a bit annoying that saving is 3 clicks. This is like the most first world problem. Look, 1, 2, 3, oh, it's 4 clicks. That's, ugh. Should be 2 at most. SMH. I guess afterwards we can pursue Peggy if I do another route. For now though, we're doing Danny because Peggy's annoying, and I know a lot of you guys also find her quite annoying. Danny had left the ball in my court. He made it clear that he was interested in me, but that it was up to me if I wanted to take things any further. But the truth was I did. Whether that was dangerous or not, I wasn't entirely sure, but nothing in life came without risk. I liked him. I was attracted to him. He trusted me. Those sounded like the ingredients for at least the start of a relationship. I knocked on Danny's door, but there was no one there. Eventually, I tracked him down outside the hostel. You tracked him down. Good, good. We're just looking for the drops of blood that he's leaving behind. Danny? Hey, okay, Piggy. I wanted to tell you that I've been thinking things over, and I can't say I'm not scared. I am scared, especially because I've never been in a relationship before. Not with anyone. Oh, really? I blushed and flapped my hands awkwardly. Flapped your hands? What do you mean flapped? You just go red and go... That... It's a really shit pantomime impression of a bird. I know it sounds stupid. I just wanted you to know that I don't really know what I'm doing, but I think I would like to pursue things with you. Well then. He took a step closer to me. For a second I was acutely aware of the strength of his body. Strength that could crush me in a moment if he chose. Oh, fuck off. Anyone could do that with anything. Angelo could take a knife and have a good go at you. You're definitely bigger than he is, though. Then he kissed me very gently. Thank you for trusting me. I will be careful with you. We'll take things slow. If at any point you feel uncomfortable, tell me and I'll back off. For now, how about a date, say on Saturday? Sounds good to me. I put my hand in his. It felt good letting him take control. Perhaps this was what I'd wanted all along. We're in a relationship. Quickly, text home. I sat on my bed in the hostel, feeling a little out of sorts. What is this music? I don't think I've heard it. We're no classes this week because of spring break. Spring break? Half term, mate. Half term! I had extra time on my hands, I just wasn't quite sure what to do with it. I did wish I could have gone home for a visit. It would have been nice to catch up with Jinsu and Nene and let them know how my adventure had been going so far. Right, I should call them later this evening when the time difference makes it more reasonable. But that was for later. What should I do with my time now and for the rest of the week? Improve appearance. What are you trying to say? I don't fucking know. Last time we went exploring the city, we found Ji-hyo. I keep forgetting her name. Let's exercise. Lads, am I right? My job kept me on my feet all the time, but that wasn't the same as focused, sustained exercise. Just because I was off in a foreign land was no excuse to ignore my health. There was probably no way I could afford to visit a gym in London, was there? No. Definitely not. I did some internet research and was surprised at how many leisure centres were actually available. They had gyms, swimming pools, climbing walls, courts and classes for all kinds of sports. I was briefly confused by squash being a sport, but apparently it was some kind of racket. Yes? It's also known in America as well, I think. And it'd been ages since Yeah, no, it definitely is. I've seen it in films. Since I've been swimming and the weather was starting to get warmer now, that would probably be fun. But there was no time like the present. This break was only 1 week after all. And then we just decided to not bother and go on till tomorrow. I lay back in my bed enjoying a lazy morning. This is not a good start. Today was St. Patrick's Day. Back home it would be an excuse for people to paint themselves green and hit the bars and get totally wasted, at least people who are old enough to drink. Much the same in Europe, yeah. It is also an excuse for people to get absolutely plastered. Here in England, I was old enough, but I wasn't sure that was really how I wanted to spend my day or my limited budget. Sure, I could drop into the Crafty Crown easily enough, and in the past Brendan had been eager to offer me free drinks, but considering the way our last encounter ended, I didn't really want to be around him right now. You especially don't want to get drunk around him. We've been dating Danny now for 2 days. Well, London certainly wasn't short of pubs. Maybe I should go out and find somewhere different, just for comparison. But I was definitely not going to get myself puking drunk. I had more sense than that. Not with me at your helm. Oh. So, she just went out and got a bit drunk and met no one and sat in a corner? Be careful on your way up. Danny peeked over the edge of the grassy peak he was on, pointing to a pothole in the trail I was currently walking. Okay, I will. You can't come to England and not see any of the actual countryside. That was what Danny has insisted. Countryside in London. Ha! 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 Sorry, I just needed to laugh openly. So here we are, far from London, in some place called the Downs, which might as well just be called the Ups. Sure. Danny, being spry and active, was already at the top waiting for me, and I was huffing and puffing down below. It was a good thing that I'd gotten some exercise on my spring break week, or this might have been the death of me. Ogu Pigu, be careful. What? It's been 3 days and you've done nothing. You went out drinking on one of the days. I am. Ah! I hit the ground with a heavy thud, feeling something in my ankle pop. Pain flooded my leg and I cried out in pain. What happened? Danny was down the slope before I had time to call for him. I half believe he slid down its surface. That would have been insane, and crouched in front of me. Don't move. He placed a hand on my ankle and leg and then let out a low sigh. Thank goodness, you just twisted it. It doesn't look serious enough to be a sprain, but I'd rather not risk you walking much on it. Oh. I turned my head away. What's wrong? Nothing. It's stupid. I was nearly at the top and now I won't get to see the view. Makes the whole thing seem like a waste. Whoa! He's going to put you on his back and he's going to basically piggyback you up there. Danny wrapped his arms gently round me and lifted me up into the air. Not on my watch. Put me down, I'm way too heavy. You can't carry me all the way up there. Hey, he's a fit, strapping lad who weighs probably, 45 kilos. Danny laughed. No, I take that as a challenge. Several minutes later, we reached the top of the hill. Danny set me down and on a safe place of the cliff's edge and sat down next to me. It's a great view, isn't it? Yeah, it's amazing. I gazed across the gently rolling hills. Almost everything was shades of green, with square fields marked off by thin, dark boundaries of hedges and trees. Far away, I could see a cluster of houses that might have been a village. Some parts of rural New York look like this, I think, but mostly we have more trees, more wilderness. It seems like every part of London is owned and controlled by people, even out here. Nothing's really wild. What? No, that's because you're in London! She knows this, right? It's London. What are you expecting? Zebras and tigers? Oh, whatever. I guess it's because the country is smaller and has been settled for so long. There are a few wild places, but you'd have to be pretty hard to get to, or someone would have already tamed them already. You should try the far points of Scotland, or maybe Wales. Don't go to Scotland or Wales, they shag sheep there. In Wales, this is. I'll bet you don't actually have any bears, though. He laughed. No bears, no big cats either. Though there's rumours every now and then. No poisonous snakes. We are the most dangerous animals in England. Oh, God, don't let Peggy hear that. That'll be the beginning of a 2-minute lecture. You could probably fight off a bear with your own hands. You're very strong. Would never happen. There's not much to do when you're locked up, except lift weights. I tried to control my urge to shiver. I wasn't scared of him. He'd been nothing but good to me, but when he talked about being dangerous, I didn't know how to feel. So have you had a good spring break? I didn't see you around much. I needed a bit of break from revising, been out and about a lot, like this. I wondered if you'd gone to see your family. Ha! What family? He stiffened. Do you still see them? You've never talked about them. There's not much to say. No, I'm not on speaking terms with most of my blood. I've got a gran I see sometimes, that's all. I'm sorry. Better this way, too many bad memories on both sides. I'm building a new life now. If it's a happy one. No, it's a deliberately miserable one. That's why he's dating someone as dense as you. The burn! Get ice for it, please. Don't. I hate people who say that. It is, as long as you're with me. Danny, come here. He leaned towards me obligingly and I kissed his cheek with a smile. I'm a lucky girl to have a boyfriend as good as you. Danny smiled, a hint of mischief in his eyes. Why, I'm the best man there is. Don't you ever think different? I mean, you're the best guy out of everyone, if nothing else. The spring semester break was over. It's called half fucking term. And classes were on again. That didn't really mean so much for the university. Huge changes were going to happen. Class would still go on the same as they ever did. For me, though, it meant my time in England was a bit less than half over. I had the rest of the semester, then final exams, then a couple of extra weeks to enjoy my vacation, then I would leave. Maybe I would come back to England someday, or maybe that would be the end forever. I didn't know. I'd met a lot of people here. I had of my group of relationships, and I probably wasn't going to make strong bonds with anyone new. My path was set. From here on out, I would be seeing the results of my choices so far. Well, let's get to it. Okay, I got it. It's the halfway point. A passing gentleman blinked at me, talking to myself, but he didn't say anything. Of course he didn't. The British hated raising a fuss, after all. Did they? I couldn't help laughing quietly as I went my way to class. Alright. Oh, God. I was eating breakfast with Assie and Brendan, the two most odious people here. When James entered the room. The yard's looking like a ride mess again today. Grass is a mess. You three, get it tidy. I groaned, but James was already gone. I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it either. They both up and left the dining room. Really? So now I had to be the one to mow the lawn all by myself. I think in English terms, calling what we have a lawn is... I mean, it's optimistic. Lawns tend to be much bigger. What the heck was wrong with those two? They hate you. I sighed. It was back-breaking and exhausting, and it took me hours to do right. When I finished, James was just walking up with an egg bagel in his hand. Good. He went inside, and all I could do was kick the lawnmower and hurt my... All I could do... Oh. It was all I could do to not kick the lawnmower and hurt my foot. Look. Self-injuries from, violently hitting something are always a bad idea. Don't do it. That's odd. What? I walked into the kitchen to find Ashley on her hands and knees searching under the cabinets. Oh, don't let Brendan see you. Is something wrong? Yeah, the frying pan went missing. I wanted to make an omelette, but without a pan, I can't. Have you tried breathing fire manually onto a counter surface? I don't know how to do it. I don't know, you could use, I don't know what you could use, actually. She pouted, her cheeks puffing out like a chipmunk, and I laughed. I'll help you find it. Thank you, Oggy Piggy. Together we searched every corner of the kitchen, each and every cabinet, drawer, nook and cranny. The frying pan was nowhere to be seen. Someone must have taken it to their room, or maybe they borrowed it for an event, a banging pots together march. It's not grease! We don't abuse our cooking implements, thank you very much, and smash plates. How strange. They should be at least kind enough to leave a note. Well, thank you for helping me. Now I can rest easy, even if I don't have my omelette. What, without me here, were you just going to run around terrifying, sweat dripping from your forehead? Where's the frying pan? At times I'd ask myself, how did Danny manage to keep his darker urges bottled up? Well, he doesn't have them anymore. It became apparent to me as soon as I attended an actual Premier League football game with him. Of course he couldn't have... Foul! That was a riot foul! Danny seemed to use sports as an outlet. Standing in this stadium with thousands of other screaming fans, he wasn't out of place at all. Perhaps he used his aggression on the actual field. It would make more sense then. Where his reaction to me congratulating him when he played was don't. Football culture in Britain was a completely different thing from what it was in the States, in more than just the name. Of course, sports in the States could get crazy, but things never got this crazy, at least I didn't think so. Really? Really, though? I mean, I've seen basketball games and the crowd are fucking violent. In the States, we tended to expect anyone with a British accent to be someone upper class, aristocratic. And there were a few of those, what Danny would call posh types. Oh, he totally is a Danny Dyer figure. Here, but mostly this was England of the working classes. Bricklayers, plumbers, middle-aged men, teenage girls, sweaty jocks. A whole world that we never saw in our depictions of Britain. England does have poor people. You know this, right? We wouldn't survive as a society without a working class. That's just society. Not everyone can be on like 100 grand a year and middle class. It was an odd feeling, a really odd feeling, but it was also nice. I loved attending high school and university games in America because it gave a sense of community. Or these people uniting around one common goal. Ha! We don't have that because we don't have a draft system in football. The rich clubs can just buy their best players. Suddenly I realised it could be the same anywhere for anything. I started feeling like people really weren't that different no matter where you go. Prick. Goal! Who actually shouts goal? I screamed and clapped along with the people around me. Not that different, not different at all. I threw open the door to my room and flung myself on my bed. Oh my god, I'm so tired. Danny shut the door behind him, chuckling. It was a long day, wasn't it? But we won in the end, so worth it. I'd ask who he supports, Danny, but he's definitely a West Ham fan. Definitely. My feet are sore though. I kicked off my shoes and socks and began to rub some life back into them, collapsing onto my bed. Here, let me do that. Danny sat down next to me and gently took my feet in his. What? You don't have to do that. I'm being nice to you. Let me be nice, okay? He's your boyfriend. Just fucking let him do it. But it's really mean of you to not let me experience myself being generous. He smirked as I tried to formulate some sort of response, but when I couldn't, he started massaging my feet. Feels good, doesn't it? Yeah. I was so tired and his touch felt so good I wasn't sure what was happening, but I didn't have the strength to resist. It's a foot massage with your boyfriend. Why the fuck would you resist? Relax, I'm not going to take advantage of you. Not tonight, anyway. He patted my leg. Alright, good night, Doggy Piggy, rest up. And he left me there alone in the bed, wondering what it would be like if he had taken advantage. Wondering what it would have been like if he'd taken advantage. Oh no! Peggy's here. Quickly, end the episode and we won't notice or have to talk to her, right? That's definitely how it works.